Hello YouTubers, this is Ruwa Chorale Music Academy once again, and we are still on the music theory series. Specifically, we are focusing on the junior schools, the grade 3 to 7, focusing on the Zimsec syllabus for the VPA paper. So this is Dylan Gwatizo, and I'm with my friend Chikodzi as usual. So we are now on the 6th lesson. We are talking about the staff or staff and also about clefs. So this is a very important lesson that will give you the root for knowing music. So now, you know that when music is written down, the notes that we're talking about, the A, B, C, even those symbols, the time values, they are shown on the 5 lines and 4 spaces called a staff. So the staff is the 5 lines and 4 spaces where music is written on, if you are asked about that. And if you check, if you raise the palm of your hands and if you make it a mirror, like you will see that you've got 5 fingers, and they will represent 5 lines. And those spaces between the fingers, there are 4. It represents 4 spaces. So the palm of your hands can also be a staff. So you can use that to memorize the stuff. Now each line or space represents one note. So the lines or spaces of a staff are counted from the bottom. This will give us direction. So the second line of the staff is the second line from the bottom, and the 4th space is the top space. So this is how we count. We count the lines or spaces from the bottom. Okay, so as we can see on that diagram, we've got every note for every space and every line. So this is very important. This is very important. Now, to show which note is an A and which is a B, a sign called a clef is placed at the beginning of each staff. So there are two most common clefs, which is the treble clef for the higher notes and the bass clef for the lower notes. And the G clef, the treble clef, sorry, is also called the G clef because it curls around a line, which is the second line, which then represents the note G. So that's the diagram for the treble clef. So that note will be G. Now, the second clef is the bass clef, and the bass clef is 2 dots at the end. They go on either side of a line, which is the 4th line, which then represents the note F. That is why the bass clef is also called the F clef. And if you see it is got, if you join those dots with that sign, you find out that it will look like an F. So that note is an F. Okay, so from this, whatever we've discussed, you see that we can tell now the names of the notes represented by all the lines and the spaces in a staff with a treble clef or a bass clef. So we start with that one with a treble clef. If we know that that second line is a G, if we fill in and we know that we are counting from the bottom, we will name all the notes. If we are on G, obviously the note below will be an F, the note below will be an E, the note below will be an D, because we count from the bottom going to the top. So all the letters are there. So it's very simple. Now this is a treble a bass clef now. So if we just find out that this is an F note, that on the 4th line, we can fill in. So use that method to name all the lines and spaces of the staff with the treble clef or a bass clef. Okay, as we go further, you notice that there is another way to identify the names of the lines and spaces of a staff or a staff. And we use what we call mnemonics, which are words or catchphrases that help us to memorize. So for a staff with a treble clef, you can use the word space, for memorizing the names of all the spaces, and the catch phrase, every good boy deserves favor, for memorizing the names of all the lines. So as you can see, if you say face, F-A-C-E, we now have the names for those spaces, and every good boy deserves favor, E-G-B-D-F. We can have now all the names for the lines of the treble clef. Now for a staff with a bass clef, you can use the catchphrase, all cows eat grass, for memorizing the names of the spaces. Then the catchphrase, good boy deserves favor, always, for memorizing the names of all the lines. So as you can see, all cows eat grass, A-C-E-G for all those. Then G-B-D-F-A, which is good boy deserves favor, always, for the lines. So this is very simple. So we now have all the names of the lines and spaces, whether it is a treble clef or a bass clef. So once again, this is Ruwa Chorale Music Academy, and for more information, if you want deeper explanation for this, contact the numbers that you see, and don't forget to subscribe, to like these videos and share. Mostly subscribe so that we spread this message, so that we help